thanks for watching another video. This is now my third, which is pretty crazy. A while since I've done one. I would love to say that I have a really good excuse for that. Something, you know, I got married, had a baby, I went travelling, and it was great. No. I've just been crazy busy over the last few months, and also I'm pretty lazy. But now I'm back and I wanted to do another video to do with body image. I think it's an important issue anyway, for girls and boys of whatever age, but especially if you're a young female like myself who's been dealing with Crohn's at quite like a vulnerable age, your self-esteem can take a real hit. So, what am I talking about? I've always been really conscious of how I look. I've got two really beautiful sisters, went to an all-girls school. Image has just always been something that I've really cared about. Not necessarily in a I love myself kind of way, but more I'm conscious of what I look like, blah blah blah. I don't know, it's just always been a thing for me. First of all, going through symptoms of Crohn's disease, diarrhea all the time. You know, no one really wants to talk about that stuff. People don't like talking about poo. I know, weird, right? It's just something you've got to get over. If you're going to have Crohn's, you've got to talk about shit. Getting diagnosed with Crohn's takes a long time anyway. Doctors think it could be a million other things normally before they diagnose Crohn's. But I think one of the worst things is it takes people a long time to even go to the doctors in the first place. It took me a good 6 months before I found the courage to go and sit in front of a doctor and say, oh yeah, by the way, I go to the toilet about 20 times a day and do blood. Is that normal? Like, am I okay? I'm sure I'm okay. It's not fun. Especially when you know they're probably going to stick their finger up your bum, but, you know, what else are you going to do on a Wednesday? I don't even know. I didn't really enjoy doing that. It was a really difficult time for me. I lost a lot of weight, I just looked ill. Once you get over that phase, normally the first thing they're going to do is hit you hard with the steroids. And so watching my face literally inflate in a matter of days was awful. I used to cry myself to sleep because my face was so sore, and that was crap. No amount of contouring can get rid of the moon face. So you just have to deal with it. There are some people who say, oh my god, no, you look exactly the same. That is almost as insulting. Once you've got over the steroid phase, which you will, and your face will deflate until you then go back on them again and repeat the cycle, then you've got to deal with the constant comments about your weight. I've actually had loads of people email me saying, oh, I've lost loads of weight and I really struggle to put it back on. For me, I am heavier now than I ever was before. And I can't really tell you why that is. Sure, if I'm having a flare-up when my Crohn's is just having a freak out, yeah, of course, I lose a little bit of weight. There's a big stigma that Crohn's means that you're incredibly skinny, and I've actually had people say to me, oh, you've got Crohn's, cool, like, aren't you meant to be really skinny if you've got Crohn's? I mean, I'm not overweight. What are you talking about? Again, dealing with stuff like that, it's like a constant battle to be comfortable in your skin and confident with who you are whilst having to deal with a chronic illness. It will always be there. Something as well I've really struggled with, and is kind of why I stopped making videos for a couple of months while I was just coming to terms how I looked, and that is hair loss. That is something that I've experienced really badly. So when I had my last big flare-up, popular, win tickets. Anyway, broke something. So when I last had my big flare-up, which was before Christmas, which is actually when I ended up in A&E, pretty damn bad. I was really ill. Then a couple of months after, I was in hospital and I was with my pharmacist, and I said, look, I am losing my hair very noticeably. It was so noticeable. I got bald patches at the top of my head. I was in the shower and clumps were coming out. As a young woman, that's not really very fun. I was so paranoid because I could tell where my body couldn't absorb nutrients. Obviously that's going to have an effect on your skin and your hair and your nails, as well as your general well-being and health. When I sat down with my consultant and my pharmacist, they said, yeah, that is actually kind of normal. You know, take this supplement and that supplement. However, it was so upsetting. It was so upsetting, and I was in a really dark place. Didn't want to look in any mirrors, didn't want to go to work, didn't want to leave the house. But still would every day and smile and, yeah, I'm fine, how are you? But I was so upset with how I looked. Just finished a course of steroids, I was round, my hair was falling out. They said to me, your hair works on a 3-month cycle. The hair loss you're experiencing now is actually from last big flare-up. But I'd just been put on azathioprine, one of which the side effects is hair loss. Decided to take control of it and thought, okay, I've been depressed for months, literally was letting it get the better of me, and then I thought, do you know what? There's nothing I can really do about this. My hair has fallen out, so I can either sit and mope about it and actually look uglier because I'm in such a bad mood, or take control. I went home one day, bought some bleach, hair bleach, not toilet bleach, and completely bleached my hair, and then got the scissors and just chopped it all off. It sounds so shallow to think that something like your hair can actually affect your outlook on life, but when you're dealing with something that fundamentally makes you feel ugly and gross a lot of the time, being able to accept that and to kind of tackle it head on and making some small changes to your life really can have such a positive effect. You can still be the same great person. I just want people to feel inspired and not to feel helpless. No matter what you're going through, I know it can be so tough. You can feel alone, isolated, demoralised, but you're still you. You still have every power to be the best version of yourself. Whatever, if you've got any other questions, you can just message me. I'm actually now about to go make a cake.